Everyone's telling you to quit, but what if you don't have to? Hi, I'm Tara. I'm a burnout and career coach. I help you find the language, relief, and strategy you need to navigate burnout at work. When you're unhappy at work, the default advice is always to leave. Update your resume, start interviewing, get out. And sometimes that is the right move, believe me, but not always. Because there are two kinds of career pivots. There's external pivots, which means leaving, and then there's internal pivots, which means staying and changing something significant about how you work, what you work on, and who you work with. Most people only consider the external option. They assume that if something's not working, the only answer is to go somewhere else. But internal pivots can be just as transformative, sometimes even more so. An internal pivot might look like moving to a different team within the same company, renegotiating your role so you're doing less of what drains you and more of what energizes you, changing who you report to because the issue isn't the work, it's the manager, or shifting your focus to a different area that aligns better with where you want to grow. These changes can fix what's broken without requiring you to start over somewhere new. Leaving takes energy, time, and risk. You have to job search while you're already depleted. You give up stability, relationships, and institutional knowledge. You start over with what feels like no credibility and no context. Now, that's worth it when the environment is fundamentally broken or misaligned, but it's not always necessary. An internal pivot lets you keep what's working while changing what's not. You already know the culture, the people, and the systems. You have credibility and leverage. You can negotiate from a position of familiarity instead of starting from ground zero. The problem is that most people don't explore internal options before they decide to leave. They assume staying means accepting things as they are, but it doesn't. Staying can mean redefining your role, setting different boundaries, or moving to a part of the organization that's a better fit. So before you assume quitting is the only option, I want you to ask yourself, is the problem the company or is it this specific role, team, or manager? Because if it's the latter, there might be an internal move that solves it. Now, my career pivot playbook walks you through both paths so you can choose what's right for you. It helps you assess whether an internal pivot makes sense or whether leaving is the better move. And it gives you the tools to negotiate either one. Just remember that you don't have to quit to fix your career, but you do need a plan. You can grab your copy of the playbook at the link in my bio.